Okay, I am back. I actually had received a call from my son's doctor, so I had to stop the video for a moment. But I'm back again. Okay, so here is, if you pan over here, I showed y'all the punches, my Martha Stewart punches. Over here, this is a by Art Bin. I got this from Joann's, but I did see these in Tuesday mornings. They normally cost $40. I did get this on clearance at Joann's for $20. And I saw it at Tuesday mornings for the same price. This is how I store my embellishments. In this container, I have all of my Tim Holtz embellishments in here. And I like this because I actually could just put the top on here and then just carry it with me if I really wanted to, because it has the hook up there. And then you can actually close this with the lid. Here, I have more embellishments. These are just like color coordinated. These are how I store my Halloween embellishments. These are just different embellishments here, like girls and braids and all kind of stuff like that. And then this last one is how I store my smaller paper clips and buttons and bottle caps. So that's what's in there. But I love this because you can take this to crops with you. So that's why I more so picked this. I try to pick stuff that's multi-functional. Okay. Up here, over here is where I keep some of my music at and my spray paint. Over here is just like my pictures that I'm going to scrap, and then some junk back here. Yeah, we all have a junk place where we just throw stuff at. Over here, these were some Easter goodies, and this is an item that Scrapping and Wrapping gave to me for our swap that we did. Y'all already saw these right here, but this is how I store some of my daubers, inkers, stickles. I love this little caddy here. This right here is how I store my Tim Holtz ink pads and my Jenny Bolin ink pads here on this particular rack. And I purchased this from the same store, which was really cheap. Over here is how I store my stamps, as you all saw. Underneath my desk, if you look under here, I have my light box that I have not used in years. We used to use those for embossing a lot. I have my pictures back there. I have a piggy bank that I'm hiding from my family. Once a year, I take my piggy bank to the bank and I buy whatever I want to purchase. I think the highest that I have had in that bank was $130 and change. So, you know, that could go far with scrapbook items. And these containers right here are how I store my buttons. And I still store them by color. So, that's all of my buttons. And this one back here is also buttons. So that is how I store that. Over here is how I store my Copic markers. I actually got this idea from Mary Drab. Thank you so much. This was actually a ribbon storage container. She did a video and she showed how she stored her Copics. And of course, I love the idea. And these are by Jetmix, and I purchased them for $10. Inside of here, I have these. Let me see if it'll come out. I have these. This is actually how I used to store my Copics in these containers. And what I did was put images in here. So when people send me images, I'll put them in here. Oops. Okay. And then over here on this side, I actually had my refill. So this is how I'll be storing my refills and my liners. My multi-liners here. And up here I have my airbrush system and an extra can of spray. Of air, I guess you would say. Give me one moment here. Move this out the way. I have my trash can, and this is my crop bag that I love. I purchased this bag from Michael's and I love it. Okay, I hope I'm not making you all dizzy. As you all saw in my previous video, this is how I store my anything that really has to do with like my stamps, my clear blocks, or wooden stamps. Sorry for the squeaky noise I hate this drawer. Okay. Down here is how I store my card stock. These are not scraps. I store them in these Cropper Hopper containers. And this is by the Roy G. Biv Color Combo. This right here is how I store my tape, adhesives, pop dot glues in here. And also in here. This is how I store my pop dots and more tape. Down here is how I store my ribbon. I store them on these Cropper Hopper rings. Well, I guess they call it ribbon cards. And I store them in the Roy G. Biv as well. And then this is more ribbon. And these are done by theme. So these are more like summer. These are Valentine's. These are all fall. And that's winter and summer back there. And this is like a glitter that I didn't want to put with everything else because it will be everywhere. And then down here, I hate, this is like the worst drawer. I hate this drawer so much. It's so hard to come out. Ugh. Okay. This is how I store my Cropper Hopper ribbon containers. I had these as well. They could go on a desk, like if I had a bigger desk. This is what I store down here, Cropper Hopper stuff. Push that back in. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. Up here, now this is my desk. I have some items that I have not put away that I actually just got. Over here are my MFT, all that scraps, and paper tray ink dies. I keep them here. So this is my paper tray ink dies, MFT dies, and all that scraps dies here. And then over here is how I store my buttons. I got this kit from HSN. It's called Cute as a Button. It's by 3 Birds. It was so darling, and they have like stamps to go with them. And this is all the bling. I'm not really too much of a bling girl because I do a lot of boy projects. But this is all the bling I have. Is that sad? That's sad, y'all, right? That's my bling. So, while a lot of y'all buy a lot of bling, I'm not going to say nothing to nobody. Like the Coco Martha. But I don't have a lot of bling. That's my bling. And over here is, let's go under my desk. So I'm going to take you under my desk. Under my desk, I have a 6x6 craft cart. And then I'll have a 7 drawer craft cart. They used to come in a 7 drawer and was much cheaper than a 6. But underneath here is where I keep my trimmer. And I keep my stamp mat and my Martha Stewart scoreboard. And then over here on this side, I have baby wipes. I have my crocodile, my buttons, more CDs, the new Stampin' Up! Close to My Heart catalogs. I think 31 is under there as well. And in here, I keep my most recent, well, most used spellbinder dies. Like the ovals and the circles, the lacy dies. I keep all of those in here. So that's how I store those. So in here are kits that I explained to y'all before. This is the latest My Mind's Eye. This is My Mind's Eye. My Mind's Eye. And here is Fancy Pants drawer. This is Echo Park, the latest kits. Echo Park 2010. Well, it's 2011. This is 2010 Echo Park kits. Okay, over here I have the most recent 2012 Bow Bunny. This is 2011 Bow Bunny. And this is Basic Gray 2011. This is that extra Coordinations card stock that I just bought. So this is all that card stock right here. And as you see, I organized it by color. This is Teresa Collins, the kits I just bought. And then this is Authentique, the genuine. So I'm going to make that drawer actually the Authentique drawer. So I will be right back with my next video.